episode of Ruined Falls. Once again, I'm outside of my base, gathering some more resources to continue on. But I do have a quick question for you guys. At the moment, I'm currently in a faction. Should I go off and create my own faction, or should I stay with the same faction? It's one of the owner's factions. It's big. It's nice. There's lots of stuff that I can do with him, and the owner is willing to completely claim the area that I built this in, but the area that I'm building in is not exactly what I was hoping. I was hoping that it would be a bit bigger, but apparently I was wrong. Like, for example, I wanted the chest area, the sorting system, to go all the way out to there, but as I said before, I don't like building out in the open, not one bit. I like to build underneath everything, inside caves, mountains, and in hills and stuff like that. Uh, there's not much more room down here that I can work in. I can go a little bit that way, and I mean ever so small, because it ends right there. So then the next option would be to go into the one that's behind me, but that one comes out right here. In order to do that, I'd have to wrap around, and I don't know if I'd be able to continue this on over to there. And even then, it's a small area still. And the top area even is small. Yeah, I have the nice hallway going all the way up, but in order for me to make full use of the mountain, I would have to branch off from down there, which wouldn't be bad, but I would only be able to branch off this way. I wouldn't be able to branch off over here because it drops right off. I can't really do much up here. I can do a little bit that way, like I said just recently. Up here, there's not much I can do. I could go upwards a bit, come out this way, wrap around, go up here, and my original plan was to do that and have it wrap around up here, make a garden type area up here, have a chest to go down to the sorting system, have a line that goes all the way down to the sorting system. Don't know why that's there. Don't know why those are here, but okay. But the sorting system sticks out, and I don't like that. I like building completely underground. For example, there's not much more room I can build out this way, because then I just run off into the water. And this way, that's a small, thin mountain like this one. The original reason why I selected this area is because of the fact that of the overhangs and the two floating islands, the one that's over there and this one over here. I was going to use them as gardens. And I already got one as a garden, the other one I was going to change to a garden. And this area I was also going to use, but once again, that area is also really small. It's not very thick, it's very thin. I was hoping it would slant off or be a bit thicker, but no. So my original plan was to wrap all the way around, go through all of that, and then go to that one. But like I said, there wouldn't be that much there. I want to be able to build a big area. Like I was saying, I was originally going to go off into this area, wander my way back over to there, but once again, it's not that thick. It is quite thin. There's no real depth to these hills at all. I'd continue on over into this area, which is a bit thicker, but this area, once again, isn't that thick. I wouldn't be able to create the giant halls that I like to create. This is part of the faction main base. It's very thin. It's not very bulky, you could say. Everything here would be small. I wouldn't be able to build large. It's like very thin. It would be small little rooms, nothing really to them. And yeah, it's nice to build a small place once in a while. But when you build something big and massive, you get a little bit more respect, in my opinion, to what you build. Or building something small like this, yeah, you can put a lot more detail and ornate stuff into the design, and it wouldn't be over clustered. but that's something you do to a large build, and you put a small little room, small little area, small details into these massive builds, and the small little details make the big builds what they are. Where the small ones, the big details, like this area here, the big glass hallway, the wall on the wall that sticks out here, that's all big details. There's nothing small about it. Where if you go into my hallway here, it's a lot of small details, like the indent here, the indent up here. This is all small details. I don't know why it's so laggy in here. And then all the way into here, the small details, the glass underneath, the fences here, all that small detail. This is my biggest room. This is the second biggest area, but yet then again, it's just a corridor. Yeah, it's got all my chests and it would be housing the sorting system. But I'm thinking about moving to a different area where the mountains and the hills are a lot bigger. And I'd be able to build much grander areas instead of these small little tiny areas. The biggest areas would be as big as my conference room. There wouldn't be much bigger to it. I can continue on this area. I'd ask the owner of the faction to claim the area and I'd reclaim it, but as my own. Or I might just leave it be and just create the area. Of course, I'd uh, take all the um, glowstone out, redstone, and take all the hoppers out. There'd be a bunch of chests here, but other than that, they wouldn't be much here. I'd take the daylight sensors out, the glass would stay, this all would stay here. I could leave all the details here, all the staffs, the stairway, all this would still be here, but I'd pretty much got what's here. I'd take out all the lights. There wouldn't be any lighting in here. I'd place torches around to light it up, similar to what I did here. Um, but I'd probably take up all this and oh no, I'd probably pull it up and then replant it and do it as I pull everything out. But that's up to you guys if you think I should make a different area or if I should continue working in this area, even though it wouldn't be that much of I wouldn't be able to do a whole lot as for builds. So I'd probably be able to do a chicken farm, I wouldn't be able to do a cow, or I wouldn't be able to do all that stuff would be underground, but don't get me wrong, I like to build underground. But my main plan this time around was to build above ground, in mountains, hills, and stuff like that. Not underground like I always do. I was going to mix it up. But it's up to you guys if I should continue doing this, if I should build down below. So yeah, just leave your comments below. This is just going to be a quick, short little one to get out there and see what you guys think. I will show you the um, area that I have selected for the other place, um, if you guys decide if I should move out there or if I should stay here or not. Um, if I should stay here, okay. Uh, if then I would be building a lot. I'd be creating a path downwards into the underground and start building things underground because there's not a whole lot more I can do above ground, in my opinion. I'll continue on working in this area and see if I can do it, but I'm limited to what I can do here. Plus, I'm not a big fan of the birch forest. I would personally like a different kind of forest. I might change all the trees out to oak, but that's for another time. Anyways, I'll show you guys what the other place would look like. Well, I somewhat started clearing out the area to get a reference of the area. So I'll show you what that area is going to look like. Okay, so this is the area. It's in a jungle biome where there's a lot more luscious greens and everything like that, a lot more vibrant colors. And I'm more of a fan of a green environment than anything else. And as you can see, I'm already above ground here. I'm 75. The standard ground is at 64. So I'm a little ways up here. And what's really nice is that this whole area that I found is above, it's a suspended area above a lake, which I find is really, really cool. So if I hop down here, this whole area, like I said, I've played this area out a little bit. This whole area is suspended. So I'd build the same kind of thing where I'd make the top area a garden type area and create a chest, bring it down to a sorting system and have that sorting system be near the main area of where I do everything. And this whole area is in a mountainous area. Uh, I'm going to quickly switch accounts so that I can do a flyover and all that stuff, and you can see the kind of area that I'm talking about. All right, be back in a bit. Okay, I got my other account over here. I'm now gonna have him fly around and show you what I mean. Like I said, this area is completely above the ground. It's got tons of area to build into. Goes back quite a ways before it even drops off over here. I mean, it's still going and going. It's all at the same height. Drops off in the back a little bit, but nothing too substantial. Off to the side, I'm thinking about putting a grand entrance right here. Then down over on the other side where the water comes up, I'm planning on making this to like an amphitheater kind of look, like a section of the amphitheater. Big and grand. And like I said before, everything's really high. There's no real low ground. Well, there's a decent amount of low ground, but there's tons of high areas. This area does not, it's still going here. It dips down just a slight bit, but then it stops right here. I mean, this place I found completely by accident. And I first saw this area and I'm like, what? At first I thought it went through, but it's just some lava that's back there. But I started flying around thinking that this area might be good. Flew up here and I saw this. I'm like, at first this area was completely covered, so it was a little bit hard to tell, but I saw this right away, so I just flew down here. And realized this whole area was underneath. This whole open area was underneath, and it was all natural. It wasn't created. This whole area was natural. All I've done so far is clear out the trees. Clear out some trees. That's all I've done. I have not touched the terrain one bit. This is all natural. Completely surrounded by jungle. What's really nice is that there's a jungle temple right over here. I've already gone through it. There's not much there. It's already been policed down in here. But this area just goes on forever. It's quite big. There's no shortage of jungle trees anywhere around here. Let's get the world to load here. This was another area that I was thinking about, but once again it comes to the fact of having those mountains or hills that go back a ways. That really does it for me. So when I come down here, this is what I first saw, and I'm like, this would not be a bad place to build, considering all the overhangs and stuff. But this would be like the top section of an underground base type thing. There wouldn't be much, well, you could build up top, but it's a lot of clearing, which I'm still going to have to do on my end over at the place I'm thinking about moving to. But I still want you guys' opinion if I should move out there or not, move out here or not. not this location. This location is just a place I found when I was exploring, trying to find a good place. But like I've been saying, I'll leave it to you guys to leave comments below if we're gonna move to this place, create our own faction, or if we're gonna stay with the faction and continue building on the small place, the place that I'm gonna be running into a lot of issues on space. And I'll bring this character, this person, this account over to my base and show you guys what I mean by it's a small place. If you didn't quite catch it the first time, I'll give you more of an aerial view of that. Alright, I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, I'm over at the base I'm currently working on. Like I said, I would like it to go all the way out to here, but I don't like building outside of the mountains and stuff. Like I said, this place is quite small. It looks really big. It looks like a decent size, yeah. It's got a lot of room down there. But it wouldn't be able to hold like large grand rooms. Neither would this or this. These are the three mountains that I was thinking about moving into, having to expand into, because of the fact that it's so small in size. If this was all linked, like one big mountain right here, one big hill, similar to, what was it over here? Similar to this area where it's all, I dig right to the side of this and right there and go all the way in and run around down on here. And I could go all over the place and I can make some grand rooms underneath this giant mountain, these giant big hills. But other than that, I wouldn't be able to do much. But when I saw this over here, I was hoping that it'd be a bit bigger, but it wasn't. It was much thinner. But I really like this area because of the fact that it opens up to this giant like lake area with a big lake in back, and the fact that it would kind of stretch my imagination a little bit. But considering that when I was building, I kept running into this issue where it wasn't quite big enough. Normally, if I was playing by myself, I'd pack up everything and move right away. No questions about it. No second thoughts or anything about it. I just pack up and move. I might stay in the same faction, but I would have to talk to the owner of the faction. Places to build would be around here, but because of the fact that most of them are small, and I'm not a big fan of doing small little tiny builds. I thought I'd try it, but I'm not a big fan of it, so I'm thinking about moving my whole entire base of operations to a different location. Don't get me wrong, this place is really nice. It's turning out really well. I could always just create this one and that one, but this place would be more of like a decoration kind of place. So I'd probably rip out the whole sorting system here, take all this out, seal it back up, cover it back up, replace all this here, light it up in here so that no mobs spawn in here, and seal it, and decorate the end of this or something, and then keep this place for pretty much decoration, nothing more. Create a little room, branch it right off here or something, go back a little ways, and then go that way, and then make my little area, my little room, and then call it a day. But then I would take all these resources and all those resources, move them on over, and just have him claim this area so that it's part of the faction, and then I'd go over there and create my actual base down over there. But I'm not exactly quite sure. I'm gonna leave it to you guys to decide for me. And yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. So decide if we're going to keep the space, create one more room in here, close off the um, sorting system, pack that all up, seal it up, cover it up, whatever, lock it off, and then pack up then move all this stuff, all my resources and all this stuff on over to the other place and work over there. I'm just going to leave it up to you guys and see if you guys want me to stay here or move over to the jungle biome and work out over there. But these are the two spots. I wouldn't mind continuing in this area and I wouldn't mind building over there. But I'll leave it up to you guys to decide if you guys want me to move out there or stay here. Alrighty, I'll get back to you. Well, no, you guys get back to me, and then on what you guys leave for comments, I'll get back to you. Alrighty, talk to you guys later. I'll be playing a different game and watching videos in the meantime. I'll leave it for a week, and then I'll come back. So yeah, see you guys later.